So let me ask you this. What did you think about Dallas before you came? What was your perception? Right? You guys got all day, the rest of they got today, right? You guys don't leave till in the morning. So you're probably all packed and ready to go, right?
We were going to get to the hotel and
go out
early.
Yeah.
So
That's what they all say on Friday, and then they end up getting totally drunk and missing their flight. I'm just joking.
Cowboys Red River or Red River Cowboys, whatever that one was last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys ever been there?
No.
It's like a honky tonk.
Oh, really?
You know, like
yeah, fun?
It was. Yeah, it was
nice.
fun.
Yeah.
We, like dance classes.
What do you guys think of Dallas? Is this your first time here?
It is.
What do you think? It's always interesting. It's interesting first time people to get their perspective on Dallas. So let me ask you this. What did you think about Dallas before you came? What was your perception? Right? Yeah. J.R. Ewing. J.R. Ewing, yeah.
It's like what you guys think in North Dakota is probably backwards, you know?
Yeah, that's interesting. North Dakota, I think Midwest. When I hear North Dakota, all I think is, because I'm teaching my daughter now the states, right? And so North Dakota and South Dakota is always like one and the same in terms of how you, like, North Dakota, South Dakota, you know. And it's big, huge, right? And so I have no idea. I don't have a perspective on North Dakota and South Dakota. I just know it's Midwest, right? So what is it like in North Dakota and South Dakota? And what I'd like to know is from a business perspective, what is your business like in that area? Because one thing, and the reason why I ask you guys that is because it really depends on where you're from, who you are, what your audience or your customers are like, right? Opportunity, right? All of that stuff is different depending on where you're from. So obviously, if you guys are from New York City or Miami or, you know, California, right? Even here, it's a little different in regards to the consumer base, customer base, business, business opportunity. A lot of the business stuff that we're going to be talking about is very relative to where you're from and what your environment's like, right? And what the need is, what you have. Like there are certain customers we talk to where, you know, you guys know the four big boys in terms of carriers. Some places don't have one of those big boys. So Verizon's not everywhere. Sprint's not everywhere. AT&T is not everywhere. You know what I mean? And so all of that stuff makes a huge difference in regards to who we're teaching, especially on the business side of things. Does that make sense? So give me a little bit about the landscape of your business and your customers, and like give me like a 24-month synopsis of what your business has been like over the last, say, 24 months. Does that make sense? Because one thing about this industry also is it's always changing, right?
Right.
So opportunity is always changing. Apple's always coming out with a new device every year, right? I mean, they're big in the game, obviously. People have a lot of those phones. People have a lot of Samsung devices. They come out with like 2 or 3 phones every year, right? So in our space, we always have to be upgrading our skill set. We always have to be upgrading our knowledge, right? It's constant. That's one thing I love about this industry. And that it's the same, but on the same token, it's one thing that people hate about this industry, right? Yeah. And what I always tell people is, if it's easy, nobody would do it, right? If it's easy, everybody would do it, actually. It'd be no opportunity for us to do it. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, you got to look at it like a gift. But the curse of it is always changing, and you do always have to adapt to the different, I mean, the information's always day to day, no matter what you're doing, whether you're doing unlocking, if you're buying devices and flipping devices, and I don't know how much Nene talked about that too, is this industry is not just cell phone repair or repair, right? Which a lot of people get bogged in down too. They get locked into that. And just to give you guys a little understanding, and again, I don't know how much he's talked to you guys about this, so let me know if I'm regurgitating what you guys have already talked about. But I often see, and that's what we do. Obviously, we teach cell phone repair or device repair or whatever it is. And that's how people find us, because many times that's how people actually come into this space. right? It's through experience, right? The experience is people drop their damn phones, right? That's the experience, right? That's the normal everyday experience. With that, people get educated because they drop their damn phones, right? So what they do is they start looking for the solution, right? That's how they educate. That's how your consumers educate themselves. That's how you guys probably actually, maybe some of you guys actually got into this business, is the experience. Oh, I dropped this phone. Oh, this is $1,000 phone. I'm not gonna go out and buy another one really quick. I'm gonna go online and see what my options are, see what I can do. I went to the store. They said it was gonna be this, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to probably fix it myself. Let me look on YouTube. Let me go on here and see what. Oh, I can order parts. Parts are available. Oh, let me change this part. Oh, I changed my part. Oh, my phone works. Right? You get that dopamine, right? It's that dopamine kick. Oh, I really did this. I really fixed this. It really works. Then you go, oh, is there any money here? Maybe we can monetize this. Then you start doing that research. Hence is the reason why everybody comes in through cell phone repair, right? What they're really not educated on is all the other opportunity that lies in the mobility business, right? It's a mobility business. It's not just a cell phone or device repair business. So when you go online, yes, you're going to see the majority of people talking about repairing phones, repairing devices, repairing computers, doing all of this. What you're not going to be educated on is all the other financial and monetary opportunity in the business also. Now, repair is the baseline. It is the platform by which everything else operates. But once you understand that, then you start going, okay, where are other ways we can monetize in our business to capitalize. And even in repair, people are very one-trick pony in the repair space of it, right? They don't have the resources a lot of times to buy what they need. They don't have the relationships to get what they want. So they're buying stuff that's crap, or they're buying stuff that's overpriced, or they're being taken in regards to buying one thing and getting something different. That happens all the time. I'm sure you guys have experienced that. So I don't even like to call this class anymore. We've evolved. Just to tell you guys a little bit about us, we've actually evolved from, and we're in this transition state actually, right? Where we're going from just repair. We did that for a long time because 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, yes, repair was like, boom. It was new, it was fresh, it was different. Not too many people were in it. Not a lot of people were competing. And see, you guys being from North Dakota, right? Your experience of what I'm talking about may look a little different, right? You may not have as much competition, right? You may own all of North Dakota in regards to repair because people are just kind of in North Dakota and they don't have the outlets, or they're not close to the hubs, right, of like a big city where you got many people competing for the same customer. You see what I'm saying? So typically what happens is your evolution of the industry is a little slower than it would be, say, in a city like Dallas, right? Or in a city like, LA or Miami or New York. Does that make sense? Yeah. So again, that's why I ask you guys the question, like, where are you in your evolution of the repair industry and the repair business, right? And it's good for you guys to actually go out. I don't know if you've done that since you've been here, but actually go out and do some examination of this industry. Go to stores, go to repair shops, go to places in the city, right? Yes, exactly. And so you guys have done that? You guys have seen?
We haven't went in, but just by making our rounds,
yes.
There are so many.
Oh, yes.
And they'll be like almost right next to
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yes, yeah. Crazy, right? Now, is it like that in? No. And so how does that make you feel? How does that make you feel in regards to the investment and the time in the business that you've actually been, you've been doing this for how long? 5 years? Well, the business has been around 5 years, right? So how does that make you? So how involved are you guys in business decisions?
In our minds? No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, yes.
They're
open to suggestions. So obviously, and you guys are the experts in this space, so they're going to take your suggestions with well, like a straw. Everything you guys say is basically going to be the truth because you're the technical expertise, right? And everybody looks at the technical expertise from a technical standpoint as the expert. Understand what I'm saying? That's what you do. You guys tell us, right? And so what my point is, I hope you guys have had time, and I hope it be a great, let me see if this thing is working. I hope you guys have had time to go and do some shopping and some studying and some looking around at the atmosphere here, because your area is going to catch up to what's happening here. It will. It will catch up. It always does, right? And you guys see it move, right? You've seen the evolution, right? You've seen change, right? You've seen more competition, right? You've seen more people come into your space, right? You've seen the technology change, right? You've seen the offers in terms of the carriers, right? What the programs are and stuff like that, Apple Care and all of that stuff. You've seen that change, right? All of that stuff has an impact on your business, right? So it's going to continue to happen. But what's great is staying involved in the curve and understanding like what's going on in cities like this, because again, it will catch up. This industry is not going anywhere. And as information continues to become more and more prevalent, right, and spread and baseline, right? Because I always say that what's happening in our social, in our world, is information is becoming more accessible to more people. That's what's happening. So what's happening is, I call it an information baseline, right? The information is baselining. So what happens when information baseline is the value of information also baselines. It comes down. Does that make sense? Because now you got more people who are aware, so your margin in regards to the money you make is less valued, because now more people at this table understand how to do it. For example, there's 4 people in this room, right? If I'm the only one that has all the information, how powerful am I? Yeah, I'm very powerful, right? But as information and technology becomes more evolved, where more people actually can access the information and can compete with what you do, because they can offer that value of information to your customers, now what happens to that information's value? It becomes less. The perception, the value stays the same, but the perception of the value, right, it decreases. Because now I got 3 options. Oh, Nene, you won't do it? I'll go ask Miss Donna, or I'll ask Miss Crystal, right? So Nene don't need you as much, right? Of course. And I can negotiate that with Nene, right? And that's the evolution. That's going to continue to happen. That's not going to stop. That's not going to stop. North Dakota, South Dakota, Texas, wherever you go, it's not going to stop. So you're going to continue to face that. Now, what you guys have to be able to do is always innovate and create, right? There's always opportunity if you're always ahead of the curve and innovating and creating in regards to what the value of what you're doing is, right? So a lot of that is what we have been working on to bring it whole. What we've been working on and how we've been transitioning is we understood that a long time ago, maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, that it's not just about training you guys how to do a certain skill, right? The first thing we started with was, okay, we need to give them something so when they leave here, they still have that tool and that resource to actually continue to scale what it is they do, right? That's the first thing. So we've completed that. We have that. Next phase of what we're working on is also providing you guys with the proper tools and materials. And when I say tools, I'm not talking about necessarily tools, which is great, but I don't care too much about tool as a tool. When I say tools, I'm talking about the actual resources and the material to make life easy, right? For example,